Oh, but don't be fooled by that. Don't be fooled by all that because it doesn't even get nowhere. Because at the end of the day, you go look out the window and look outside. This is the reality. No matter how bad or how much they know their history and how good or bad it was, look outside. Nothing grew from that. If you never been colonized, then you should be flourishing. You should be flourishing. But nothing comes in, everything goes out. Nothing comes in. And I think the Passport brother, Passport Pookie was talking about one of his shows. He was talking about how he couldn't even find contact drops. Yeah, nothing comes in. They were like, what is that? They don't get that. The government suppressed the shit out of them out there. But the only claim of fame is that we never been colonized. Everything's expensive as hell out here. Our burr don't mean shit. It's dirt money compared to any other currency. But hey, we never been colonized though. Give me a fucking break. Okay. That's what everybody's holding on to. Wow. And I guess that's good. Hell, we've been colonizing the shit out of us, but we over there, and listen, bro, you can go there and be with anybody. That's the factory of beautiful women. Over here, they act a little shitty and stink, but that's what makes it so exotic because it's something like taboo, But you can go over there and get anybody from the factory. That's what they make them at. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go through all the headache, immigration, bringing them over here, setting them up, doing all this extra shit just to have a pretty face, you don't know if she can have children or not, or you don't know what kind of family history background, medical background she had, whether she diabetic or high blood pressure. You got to know all that shit. You just can't go there and pick a pretty face. You got to vet all it. They vet you, but when they vet you, you the steak sandwich out there. They the lion. Everybody looking at you. Everybody's in on this. Everybody's in. You a lottery ticket, brother. Don't be fooled as if they just sitting around or going to America. I don't want to go to America. It's not about America. Nobody wants to go to America like that. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. All of them do. If you had a choice to come here or go to Europe, people want to come to America. But they'll play that shit down real quick. All of them, they'll just join a whole kumbaya. It's not about America. It's not about. Ask anybody that's over here, would they trade their green card or give their green card up to anyone over there and go back home? That's all you got to do. And, it's just a lot of fuckery that happens or that's been said. And then you get some pretty girl get up here and say, oh my God, how bad do people have to keep talking about Ethiopian women and all this other stuff? And, okay, yeah. And a lot of niggas, they just melt. They just melt like, oh my God, she's so beautiful. How can she do anyone wrong? Man, come on. Go find out. That's all I can say. Go find out on your own. Go invest your time, your money, and at the end of the day, and make sure, this is the most important thing. If you marry a woman from overseas, right, make sure she has a pedigree. Make sure she have a transfer of a freaking trade, doctor, dentist, hygienist. I don't give a fuck. She's a veterinarian. Make sure she have a pedigree. Make sure she have a degree that she can trade out here to American standard so she can come out here and she can better her life and she can be on a level of if she want to work independently for herself to help build a family with you. Just don't make sure that you just bring somebody over here that's broke over there and they just sitting over here on their ass. Make sure she can transfer her degree out here to American standard degree. There's schools somewhere in Midwest that you can go get that. It's only a few schools that allow most people from other countries to go transfer their degree or pedigree over to a professional degree out here of an American standard. Make sure, brothers, you will marry anybody. Be selective. Don't just go marry anybody. Anybody can be beautiful but broke over there. Beautiful but poor. Don't do that. Help yourself out. If you fall sick or something, God forbid, happen to you that's out of your control, you need your wife to go and say, yo, baby, I got you on this. She can just walk away from you and leave you there down on your deathbed. She don't have no allegiance to stay with you. She can leave at any time. She got her green card. She's out. So that's not saying that, like I said, it didn't happen to me. It's game recognized game with me. I can see some of the shit that was jumping out. I had to start making decisions right before, right before a visa was handed out. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Cause I just didn't stop there. I started talking to everybody that did this in other countries, and they got the same results. You know, they ain't hanging with us like that. They don't stay with African American brothers like that unless you're an old cat that got long money. But if you under 30, no, they ain't hanging with you for that. You just a pathway of them getting here. You're a green card. They're a green card away from being here. You just giving them access to gain to America. So you brothers stop looking at this thing half empty. And just like again, this is not to put down Ethiopian women. This is all women in countries that is very lack their resources and low economy. Let's just say it like that instead of saying poor. You know, and Ethiopia ain't poor. There's middle class. There's a little higher, little echelon class out there, people. You know, very little. There's more poor than there are, plenty or prosperous. So don't let them play on your intelligence by trying to appear as if they're smarter than you, but poor, or they're entitled than you, but poor. They deserve to have all this, but they don't bring nothing else to the table. You know, no tangibles. It's just them showing up. Now you got to give out goats to everybody in the family. You got to go do everything, have the wedding, all this to fly back and forth, and to have someone that's ungrateful. You know, you are so valuable as a black man over there in any country, because you can look at it like this. Whether it means anything to anybody else, but to yourself. Most people will never. You like I said, you the closest they gonna get to Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, Drake. You the only one as an African American man that stepped foot into most of these countries' homes. They're never. Some of these women will never. That's why they say, "Come home, come to my house, come to my house." The whole neighborhood is watching you. You're like a homecoming. Why? Because you're valuable as an African American man. That's in every country. You stared at all day long like you LeBron. I'm a tall dude, you know. They like, is he a football player? Is he a basketball player? What is this guy? Who is he? You looked at everywhere you go when you go to these countries, because if you was to select them, not them selecting you, and you come to their house, it was like, oh my God, we never thought in a million years we have an African American man here in our house. That's how you're looked at in certain places. They ain't gonna tell you that, but you can feel that. You can sense that. You can see it all going around you. Well, everywhere I go in Ethiopia, whether it's Bali or any other place I went, it's like that. In 100-block radius, everybody's looking at you. Because you look different. You dress different. You smell different. You act different. You walk different. They know you. They'll never mistake you for anyone else except an American. And who you with has a lot to do with that person getting shine too. You know, that person is feeling this shine off of you too. They'll play it down like, oh, it's nothing. Oh, this is this place over here. If you want to go to, Walmart, there's Walmart there. You can get a little couple things. They'll play it down, but they're like they getting a little, clout from that too. The stares, people looking at you like, oh my gosh, you got a real American over there, African American male. Oh yeah, she hit the lottery. So yeah, don't get this shit twisted, man. This is and this, like I said, this is not to put anybody down, but this is just what goes on. This is just what happens. And like I said, a lot of these people can sit on their hump and just be like, yo, well, and find and kind of just, just pick through everything I said to make anything bad look worse. That's on them. I don't care anymore. So I pretty much don't give a damn about any comments that's left or put me down. Like I said, these people who will take their time to leak comments or to get up here and start talking about, well, what's wrong with him, what he got against Ethiopian people, whatever the case may be, they ain't the minority of people that's in Ethiopia. These are well-to-do people. Keep that in mind when you see comments. These are the ones that's already over here. They can sit around and campaign for their country, defend their country. But again, when you see bullshit, you just got to call bullshit. And a lot of times, like the lady that was on Cindy Villa YouTube channel, that lady came on, I guess they got her off of TikTok. She was going in on Ethiopian people, and this just happened like about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. But to be honest with you, she wasn't that far off. She wasn't off about too many things that she was saying. I was like, okay, they was shooting her down. A lot of Ethiopian women, the Ethiopian people got up there and started talking about, oh, what's wrong with her? What is her problem? Why is she's talking about us and this and that, the other? She must don't love her family. Her mother just raped. With all the case, all that bullshit or whatever the case may have been. But here's the thing, she wasn't that far off. See, people, if y'all never been nowhere, my black people here in America, you can sit back and kind of believe anybody with that speaks with sincerity. You can like, oh wow. See, she was like putting it out there, and she was saying it in a direct tone, like she was mad. But I felt her passion. I didn't see mad. I seen passion, right? Then everybody's come up there be so calm and so, oh, I don't get it. We're beautiful, honey. We're this. Don't be mad. You okay? We love you. All condescending like shit. But when you go somewhere and you study a country, you study a culture, you will see the little back alley shit that goes on, and she wasn't far off because, Italians, in their history, Italians did try to conquer that land at one point, and they intermingled with Ethiopian when she was talking about the kinky hair and the curly hair. Then you had Arabics that intermingled with Ethiopia. And then, you go there, yeah, there's a lot of fade cream and bleach cream out there. I see it in the stores. Hell, that's their biggest seller. We know how it is over here in America when we see light-skinned people that's in a dark-skinned family. There's some white blood that's been mixed up in there somewhere. We know that. Yeah, and everybody talking about, honey, we was born like this, honey. Don't be mad. No, there's some mixture in there. Come on now. If y'all so smart, y'all should know how biology work. Come on. So they made that woman come back and apologize. She must got threats or something, but sister, you was not, if you hear this or catch this, you wasn't that far off. Now, some of the things, yeah, it's far-fetched for me because I didn't get too deep into that. You from over there, you kind of know a little bit more. And a lot of things, I say the 10% that I didn't really kind of get that deep into, 90% of it was right. She was right a 90%. What she come back and apologize for, she can apologize for the 10% that I probably didn't understand because I didn't go and look into 100% of everything that's out there, right? But she was not that far off. There's some there's all different types of shades of Ethiopian people that's out there. You got some that look like they damn near Indian, like Punjabi or something. They purple dark, And then you have, you have different shades out there. We know when you water down a shade, that's not coming from a melanated person. It was from someone, a mixture of blood. We know that. That's biology. You know what I'm saying? And even they come up and play that shit down as if, they were just blessed with light skinnedness. And they made it look real if you look past the beauty and look past, how they just finesse it to you and you just believe the shit. And they made that girl apologize. They made that woman come back up there on national TikTok or wherever platform she used to come back and apologize. I'm like, well, what the fuck? Why did she apologize? And what she said was not off. She was dead on, But people defend their country the way they want to defend it, And when somebody speak out against it, here they come. Oh no, And like I was saying earlier, if you was not colonized, you should be like Dubai right now. You should have been the first Dubai. But what's the problem? What's the gray area? Man, look, the government got that shit so locked down out there. They always have these little uprising out there, like the last one with Tigray or some other tribe that was invading Ethiopia around last year of December. Why? Because I was on my way out there until there's travel warning. Don't go, right? And they just shut the internet off, the whole city. No access. Now, we in a country that's been colonized. They ain't cutting off no internet out here. We'll lose billions over that shit. So that's not why I'm here. I just look at all the BS that's being said and all the shit that spews out of people's mouth to try to make themselves look better than what they're not. Nobody ain't going to move out that way or go live out that way. Shit. Again, if I would have had my wife come out here by looking at things the way I seen things then, I'd have been bored to death.